how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up. Like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Yellow offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, get it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. See, we came up from the bottom, me and squad got it. And we made it through them problems, now it's God body. We eat, sleep, breathe this, wave till they seasick. Do it right the first time, they all try to remix. Yeah, they grinded, but we grinded different. Tell them they time is ticking, but we time a fish. Bet not leave a minute, stop it. Something like the goat off in their pocket. Whole squizzy riding with me, who gon' stop it? My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this.
It's week 6 of the NFL, and all eyes are on the Packers' versatile running back. He just crossed the century mark last week with 105 yards. It's the Packers and the Jets coming up next.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10, and he won't quite make it to the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Second and 4. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On now is the Packers punter. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. We get our first look at this New York Jets offense. Really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, 2nd overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, 15 carries, 59 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And check down complete to Hall. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On second down, a run with Hall. Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember,
so that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Wilson now to throw on third down. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
This will be caught inside the 10. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Here we go now on first and goal. Now it's Wilson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up second and goal. We had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. To try again after the sack. Wilson had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. On third and goal, Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 105 yards.
The way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, first down, Packers. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on third down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Play action. Now Wilson. His throw incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson to throw. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd down, Wilson. And a loose football, and the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. John Franklin Myers able to record his 5th sack of the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Looking to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. Paul on a give up the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a pickup of 6.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. This is Wilson on the jet sweep. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. A give running right is Hall. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time.
Always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Wilson. And that is incomplete. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yes. Control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Jets will take over. New York ready to go again offensively. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
The general manager of the New York Jets continues to make investments in the receiver room in this draft. 10th overall pick. They invested again, this time with Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Great speed, outstanding body control, really goes up and snatches the ball out of the air. Everything that you're looking for in a WR1. He gets the first down right there.
And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. To throw is Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw again on second down. Wilson over the middle. He gets it to Barrios. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Wilson will throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
We're down to the 41. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 48. And now the kick short, but this is a live football picked up in the end zone. He's past the 30, and he is finally going to be taken down. Boy, that could have been a really late swing here, but the attempt to return the field goal snuffed out, and that'll do it for this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. It might be a little early for the Snowbirds, but we'll start with a battle of North versus South. Minnesota heading down to South Florida to take on Miami. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception.
on now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jets. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. And the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
If you were going to choose a franchise back from the 2022 class, most figured it would be Breece Hall out of Iowa State, and he was the first guy off the board to the New York Jets. More than looked the part of a bell cow offensive cornerstone at Iowa State, and by testing numbers, one of the best athletes we've seen enter the league at his position.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the counter, it's Hall. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Wilson on the move to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football open and drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Going right back to Wilson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back to the ground with Hall. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Here's Hall again. And he'll get it inside the 35. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. Throw to the right, take, and oh, he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point forthcoming. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. All eyes on Zach Wilson leading his team back out for this next drive. He'll be kind of looking to erase the first part of this 3rd quarter from his memory partner.
I think he, above all, was upset that they actually got to halftime. Because you saw him in the 1st half. He was really sharp.
And they had
good,
the lead.
Had the lead. Everything was going well. And you know you keep telling yourself, just stay up, stay motivated. But sometimes at halftime can kill your mojo.
Yeah, now he's had an interception, a fumble. We'll see what he does here. On 2nd and 1, Wilson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Down with Wilson. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. A handoff for Hall. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On first down, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On the draw, it's Hall. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So it's his third field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives them the lead.
It's been a back and forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. 2nd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jets have recovered. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
For that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they take the lead here by a point, 10 to 9. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And New York set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start on the ground. Hall. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll give to Hall. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This for a 4th quarter lead. And he missed it. It's no good. And that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Carl Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Wilson to Wilson there. Zach to Garrett for a Jet 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Wilson to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. And that'll keep this a one-point game.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50-plus, we know it's going to be difficult. And that would prove to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost them the football game.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for Green Bay, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Jets, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get on go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get on go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. People the back and they know I'm impressive. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking a from my boy heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's falling. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he missed the know I got him running to it. I'ma need the full amount before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get on go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get on go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick me up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Hands at me, I make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be called like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me the hero. Heaven, then they know what I be on. I'm the best, as you know. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, get on go, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best.
One time. So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Now turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top off. Take off them fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take a quarter meal, hella final. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the should know, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have?
You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage. The market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't monopoly, watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burial cries. You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us?
Serving up a look, dancing in a drop. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house. Venting in the safe.
Can I fit out my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and pools. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies ejecting the fence when I'm breaking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Hold up.
Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for status. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage.
What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant?
You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like? The gossip.
What the is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you. I'm like Oprah, dog. I treat you like I'm Jigga. Watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic? That ain't protocol.
Chain a game when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game. No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would've crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out. Great tits, New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I